Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. So in today's video we'll talk about the full moon that's occurring in the sign of Virgo on the 27th of February 2021. Now full moon is a time when the sun is opposite the moon, and in the lunar cycle, the moon cycle of 29 days, full moon is the midpoint, also the peak point. So it's a time when it's at its brightest, it's fully illuminated because of the sun opposing it and its rays fully reaching the moon, and it's fully illuminated, and it's a time of clarity in your life. It's a time of making adjustments or even eliminating things that's not working out in your life. So sun and moon are, you can see it as a yin and yang energy. Now sun is your ego, is your personality, your character, and moon is your emotion and your habits. So when the sun and moon opposes during a full moon, there might be clashes in your what you intrinsically feel from within and what your habits are. So your personality and your emotions can clash. Now that does not mean you cannot use this opposing energy. Full moon is a time to really work out what is working and what's not working, and make that adjustment, and cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura, so that you can move on with whatever you're left with. And now this February full moon is occurring in the sign of Virgo. So Virgo is concerned with order and clarity and organization, planning in its daily life. So when there's full moon in Virgo, all this energy is directed towards the emotion as well. There's a great emotional emphasis on the Virgo aspect, Virgo energy. Now, full moon here will give a greater understanding of what's going on in your life, including your relationship. During full moon, there's a great emphasis on relationship and what your passions are in life. So anything that is not working out, or anything that needs improving, adjusting, really cleansing and just refocusing your energy in your relationship and your everyday life. That's what is required during this full moon. So full moon in Virgo obviously is opposing the sun, which is in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces sun is a very idealistic sun. They're more artistic, imaginative, and they like to dwell more in a dream state. Now Virgo is right opposite in its nature. Virgo is concerned with organizing, planning, sorting things out, being useful in daily life. So this is where the clash occurs, your impractical side with your practical side, and your judgmental side with your non-judgmental side. So this is where the balance is required, and once you achieve this balance, there will be more harmony in life in these areas. So this full moon, because it's affecting the sign of Virgo and Pisces, so anybody with sun, moon in these signs, or even a rising sign with Virgo or Pisces rising sign, will have a greater significance in your life. But again, every sign is affected because your Virgo and your Pisces sign is somewhere in the chart. So you need to look at that, how it's affecting in which area of your life. So generally Virgo is associated with your health, your work schedules, your lifestyle, your daily, incoming and outgoings, in terms of what you do on a daily basis, in terms of your duty, your services, the work you do. Now, with this full moon, all these areas you will get a greater understanding and greater clarity in these areas. So you have to refocus your energy and see what's going on and how to use that energy to move forward. Now during the full moon, moon is opposing the sun. It's also opposing Venus during the full moon. Now Venus is about romance, it's about relationship, it's about cooperation. So what will happen is, during this time you may feel a bit confused about what your real feelings and what's your emotional state regarding the relationships you're in, even your close relationship or your romantic or even your business relationship, if there is any of those. So Venus is in the sign of Aquarius. So Venus here has a certain is independent. It wants to express freely. Now Moon in Virgo likes likes order and wants to analyze a situation before taking a decision. So the Moon in Virgo, which is analytical and careful, with Venus in Aquarius, which is wants to express freely. Again, a middle ground is required during the full moon, and also you need to see what is working out in relationship and what's not working out, where you need to cleanse your energy and adjust if there any adjustment is required, or if you need to end a relationship to be able to move forward. So all this will come into focus during the full moon. Now during this time, Moon is also trining Uranus in Taurus during the full moon. So this harmonious aspect will bring the need of a considerable emotional independence. Now Moon is your emotion and Uranus is your change and your independence. It likes emotional independence. So you will feel the need to be emotionally independent during this time, especially in your family environment. There is also a square occurring between the Moon in Virgo and North Node, which is in the sign of Gemini. Now North Node is your focus area. It's the area where you need to focus on and move towards the whatever sector of life it represents. North Node is in the sign of Gemini. Now you may feel a bit hesitant and dissatisfied to do and take action in whichever area you want to take action in. So you may feel a need for emotional safety during this time more than desire to take action in that direction. But again, what full moon will do during this time, it will give you greater clarity, and it will really give you great understanding of what needs to be done and what needs to be eliminated and what needs to be adjusted in order to move forward. So for the full moon in Virgo is occurring in the 6th house for the sign Aries. Now 6th house has the Virgo's theme going on already. 6th house is a natural Virgo house. It is associated with your health, your work, your daily work, your lifestyle, what you do, your duty and services that you do on a daily basis. Now here you may feel that something is coming to an end. Maybe it's a fitness goal you had going on for some time and you have achieved the end result of that fitness goal. You may even have any health concern or any concern towards your daily work schedule or daily job that you may have may come to an end. You may resign from a job, or you may retire, or you may be moving to something else, and you may be moving away from your current workplace. So that could be the theme for Aries during the full moon. Now for Taurus, it's occurring in the sign of 5th house. Now 5th house is about creativity, it's about your children, it's about your romance and fun. It's a romance and fun house. So you may feel any concern regarding your children, maybe ending, maybe they are finishing school or they are moving out. So these themes can occur, or you may feel like a culmination in your children in that aspect of life. So 5th house is also related to creativity along with the children. So you may feel that a certain artistic project have come to a culmination. It's about to finish, or if there's a social event or any kind of a project or event that you were planning on is coming to an end during this full moon. Now for Gemini, the Virgo full moon will occur in your 4th house. Now 4th house is house of your home environment, it's a house of your family, it's a house of your also house, real estate, and anything to do with the land in general. So you may feel so it might be a time when you are maybe closing a deal on real estate, or maybe you are completing, paying off your mortgage, or moving maybe houses, or even country, moving away from where your current residence is. So for Cancer sign, the full moon in Virgo is occurring in your third house. Now, third house is a very expressive house. It's a house of your your siblings. It's a house of your education and learning as well, and generally networking, giving job interviews and all that. So it could any concern regarding these areas could be coming to an end. So you may have given an interview, or you may have started some kind of learning project, and that might be coming to fruition during this time. For Leo, the Virgo full moon occurs in the second house. Now, second house is the house of your values, of your self-worth, of your personal finances and personal income. It's also a house related to what you eat, the food. So here you may have reached some sort of culmination in terms of your personal income, your personal finances. This could also mean that you have saved up enough money and you have paid off a debt or loan, and you're receiving a pay rise maybe, or a bonus. So it's all like anything that you worked towards, it is culminating, and it is coming, the results are coming out during the full moon. So for Virgo sign, the full moon occurs in your first house, Virgo. So Virgo, the first house is the most visible house. So for you might be, finalizing something, maybe changing your look or your health, or just overall aspect of any aspect of life. You might be finalizing it, or you might be changing how you conduct yourself, and adjusting that to present yourself differently to the outer world. So for Libra sign, the full moon in Virgo occurs in your 12th house. The 12th house is a house of seclusion and isolation. So you may be feeling that the period of seclusion and isolation in your life is coming to an end, and now you're feeling a little bit more energized to do things, and you're more energetic and eager to take on the world and do whatever you wanted to do. For Scorpios, the full moon occurs in your 11th house. 11th house is a house of your friends, group activities. It's a social house. It's also related to your future, any future projects and all. So there might be an ending in these areas. Maybe friends are moving away, or you're leaving a club, or a community or organizer that you maybe was a part of. So you are moving away from that, and there's an ending to any kind of group activities, or any projects that you might be doing on a group level or in a community might be coming to a culmination during the full moon. For Sagittarius, the full moon occurs in your 10th house. So 10th house is your career house. It's your status, your fame, your public persona house. So you may feel that any concern regarding your career is coming to an end, and you are in a better position. Maybe you have resigned, and you feel you can move forward with this full moon energy, and adjust and do what you want to do, instead of being in a situation, in a career or in a job that you are not particularly happy about. So you want to make that changes, make that adjustment, and move in a direction that you are more satisfied and fulfilled. For Capricorn sign, the Virgo full moon occurs in your 9th house. So 9th house is a sign of your belief system. It's a sign of your higher education. It's overseas travel. It's about expanding your horizon, your mind, and broadening your mind. So you may feel that an overseas trip that you wanted to take is coming to culmination, fruition at this moment, and you are able to take that trip abroad. Also, if you were in higher education, you were graduating or post-graduating during this time, the studies have come to an end. For Aquarius, the Virgo full moon occurs in your 8th house. Now, 8th house is about social finances, joint finances. It's about inheritance and insurance and any public money and possessions and all that. Now, you may feel during this time, during the full moon, that any matters related to joint finances or joint property matters are coming to a finalization during this full moon. You may also have some kind of inheritance or matters related to inheritance coming to a fruition during the full moon. For Pisces, the Virgo full moon occurs in your 7th house, which is opposite to your house. Now, it is about relationship and one-to-one interaction during this time. So you may feel that there is a culmination point or like ending to a relationship or something that was not working out is coming to an end, or you may need to refocus your energy and adjust your energy to make that work if that's what you are planning to do. And this is not just your romantic relationship, it's also your business relationship. So there could be a themes of culmination and endings in these matters, and maybe something that you're working with a client for a long period of time is coming to an end and it's finalizing during this time. Thank you for watching my Virgo full moon video, and have a great February month and the rest of the year.